What's up, 5 Alarm? Coach Josh back with Sleep, episode 3. We're going to chat about everybody's second favorite drug and how it relates to sleep, the drug being alcohol. So, first one was caffeine, second's alcohol. So, all right, let's get cracking. Let's do a really quick shirt check. Check. All right, moving on. In regards to alcohol and sleep, I think most people think a couple things about alcohol. One, it helps them fall asleep, and two, helps them sleep really, really hard. So scientifically, though, both those are false. So let's chat why. Alcohol is in a class of drugs called sedatives, right? That's the actual branch or whatever of drugs that it falls under. So over time and your consumption of alcohol, it reduces your ability to remain conscious and lets you slip into unconsciousness more easily. I think most of you probably understood that to some degree. Here's the kicker. Being sedated, because it's a sedative, sedation is not equal to natural sleep. Alcohol and its effects on your ability to not be awake are a lot closer to a light form of anesthesia than they are to natural sleep. So that's fun. So let's talk about 2 ways alcohol wrecks your sleep. 1, alcohol fragments your sleep. So over the course of the night, you're going to wake up very, very briefly. So these little tiny like micro wake up sessions. The vast majority of the time, people don't even know that they've woken up. So you might wake up in the morning and be exhausted and be like, why am I so exhausted? And it's because of all these little tiny mini wakefulness periods that you probably weren't even consciously aware of. So we're not talking about even getting up and going to the bathroom. We're talking about little tiny ones, right? So when you sleep, you cycle through these cycles of sleep over the course of the night, and these little micro awake sessions fragment those cycles and interrupt those cycles and things like that. And those cycles are super important for restorative purposes and your ability to gain true rest. So that's 1. 2, alcohol is one of the most powerful suppressors of REM sleep that we know of. So for those who don't know, REM sleep stands for rapid eye movement. The layman's term for REM sleep is dream sleep. So when you see somebody's eyeballs moving under their eyelids when they sleep, right, they're probably in REM sleep. So even moderate amounts of alcohol in the afternoon, mid-afternoon to evening can have really, really negative effects on your ability to even enter into REM sleep. So who cares? What's so special about REM sleep? Maybe you don't. If that's you, you can shut me off right now and trust me when I say that the best effects or the best thing you can do if you're having trouble sleeping and you enjoy having those nightcaps is to try and minimize those nightcaps or have them when you wake up. Don't do that. Instead of at night. Don't do that. Yeah, so hit me up if you want to talk more about that. But otherwise, let's chat really quickly about the types of sleep and why they're important and why it's bad if alcohol interrupts them. So if you think about being awake as a period of reception, you're taking in all this information, right? So maybe you're a kid and you're studying for exams, or you're just studying your course material and you're trying to remember all the stuff, right? You're taking that information in. Maybe you're a kid or an adult in quarantine and you're trying to teach yourself piano or guitar or another language or whatever the case is, right? Taking in information. Even the little mundane stuff. You stubbed your toe on the kitchen chair. A guy cut you off in traffic. It doesn't have to be negative, right? It could be positive things. You found a $10 bill in the parking lot. Like little things like that. Like you're taking in all that, everything you take in, right? When you're awake, your senses are on fire. When you go to sleep, non-REM sleep or NREM sleep is a period of reflection. So all that information you take in goes to a part of your brain that, for ease of discussion, we'll call it like basically your short-term memory. It goes into short-term memory. And during non-REM sleep, it actually like downloads that information into more long-term memory. So non-REM sleep, super important for that. REM sleep, what we've been talking about with alcohol, is a period of integration. So it takes the information that you've taken in, and not only does it go into long-term storage and memory, but it integrates it with all your past experiences, all your past knowledge, and everything else. So REM sleep has been proven to be super, super important for things like inspiring creativity and promoting problem solving. So if you've ever heard, right, there's a really common phrase, right? Like if you're struggling with a problem and somebody's like, you need to sleep on it, or even you said, I need to sleep on this before I make a decision, or whatever the case is. Like for hundreds, if not thousands of years, every culture across the world has had some type of phrase that's very similar to that, and science has in more recent years backed that up. Like that's a real thing because when you've gotten your REM sleep, it promotes creativity and problem solving. You think clearer, and a lot of times the clarity of thinking or the inspiration can even come in the middle of the night. So lots of painters and artists and songwriters and musicians um, and everything else sleep with a notebook by their bedside, um, and have woken up in the middle of the night and taken notes and just fits of inspiration and things like that, right? I'm sure that the vast majority of you have woken up early morning and maybe you've been like struggling with a problem the previous day or whatever and felt like you were thinking clearer or more clear headed and things like that. It's because of the sleep. So, true story. Super important. So, yeah. So, that is just a small overview of the benefits of the different types of sleep. So, obviously, interruption of any of those is bad. Alcohol specifically suppresses REM sleep. If you have any questions on any of that, or you want more detail, or you want to chat me up on any of that, then feel free to send me an email at josh@fivealarmcrossfit.com. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. And I hope to see you all very soon. Very soon now. In the gym. Okay? All right. Have a great night. No nightcaps. And I'll see you guys later.